Now it's time for Ask the Pro. You are watching the Dancing with the Stars pre-party, and our very special guest today is Tony Dovolani. Welcome.
Who's my favorite partner?
Yes, Elaine and him are like this. So we sent out a tweet through Dance Junkies TV, Elaine and I, and we had an overwhelming response. So I'm going to get straight to business and ask the questions that you guys actually want to hear. So we love everyone on Pure Dancing with the Stars, and we got some amazing questions from Vocarista. And she wants to know, in teaching Martina how to dance, how has she surprised you the most so far?
Well, teaching Martina how to dance, the biggest surprise for me is how embracing of the entire process this has been. So for me, working with somebody as an amazing athlete as Martina has been pretty cool. Because I asked for an athlete, so, and I knew that they would have a different type of work ethic, and I never have to tell her to go to the start because she's already there. I never have to tell her to practice at home because she has already practiced. So it's different. That's why I've always asked for an athlete.
Because she comes in prepared.
Do they ever give you anybody that you have asked for?
No.
I guess that's pointless.
You didn't ask for Kate Gosselin?
Oh my God, really?
All right, so next question, and this is you kind of cover this, but what is Martina's mental determination like towards dancing? Do you see a deepness and fierce, quiet-like approach to it like she had in her tennis days?
She's exactly the same, actually. The way she approached her tennis days, you know, like Wimbledon and US Open and all that, she approaches everything the same way. She wants to be the most prepared person out there, so she will do anything and everything to get ready.
Has she challenged you to a tennis match?
I challenged her and she laughed.
I saw some pictures on the internet, you playing tennis with her. How did that feel?
It felt great because we kind of switched roles. She started teaching me how to hit, so she's a great teacher.
It's good to be humbled sometimes, right?
Oh, I was humbled before I started.
How'd you do?
I did pretty good. I impressed her. I think she was just trying to make me feel good.
He's just bragging.
I love it. Okay, so what are you most looking forward to sharing and showing us tonight for your new dance?
I probably was a little overzealous with kicks and flicks, and I made her do a whole lot of them.
A lot of kicks.
And flicks, and I'm also excited to get her to be really sexy with Len.
Ooh, sexy with Len.
Sexy Martina, that'd be great.
Tonight is sexy time.
Ooh, I love it. Well, she looks so beautiful with the hair and the makeup. I loved it when she said she hadn't been in a dress in that
20
many
years.
She looked really good.
Yeah,
really good. That's
Martina
her best
girl,
look
you
ever.
dressed up well.
My favorite part was she was like, Tony, you're hot, you're sexy. I was like, that's Martina Navratilova telling me I'm hot.
Did you at least say thank you?
Oh, no, I was too much in shock.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And then they want to know, can you tell us anything about Martina's costume, your costume, the hair, the makeup, the look for tonight?
Well, I'll be wearing extensions tonight. And maybe a skirt involved. No,
Are there blonde extensions?
No. It's going to be, I'm really excited to see a transformation week to week with Martina because she has been so welcoming of the entire thing. She literally says, here's a blank page, draw. Yeah. She goes into hair and makeup and tells them, go ahead, do what you guys do, which is exactly the right attitude to have for our show because I think our costume and hair and makeup department is amazing. So I think they do an incredible job.
Positivity goes a long way.
Yeah.
To really just fully embrace something, and she's just putting herself out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, because everybody comes in with some sort of opinion.
Yeah.
She hasn't worn a dress in 20 years, probably hasn't really worn that much makeup, so she's like, I don't remember having an opinion about this. So,
I love it.
Does she like it though? She likes
loves
the whole
it.
princess look?
She completely loves it.
Well, this one's a fun question. This is from Miss Taz. She wants to know if you could change one thing about the show, format, judging, voting, rehearsals, what would it be and why?
Wow, that's a good
That's
question.
a hard, I was like, ooh.
That's a hard one. I think they should, the only thing that I would say is mix it up a little bit more as far as, partnering goes. Because I feel like a lot of the seasons, the same people are getting the same partners.
I agree.
But if they mix it up a little bit, it'll probably make for a better show.
I love that they have guest judging on So Do You Think You Can Dance? So I think having a guest judge all the time, former pro or former star that danced on it, or the world champions, whoever did anything that related to dancing, I think that would have been great.
Yeah, it would get a little, I mean, obviously Bruno, Len, and Carrie Ann, they're very vocal and have their own thing going, but I think it would be nice to get a little fresh perspective.
Yeah, keep them. They're a good team.
Yeah.
Just have somebody else to press their opinion,
Well, they tried that a couple of seasons, and we had former pros and world champions actually come there, and they didn't do so well. Because, a ballroom opinion is great to a certain extent.
But it's got to be good for TV.
It's got to be good for TV.
Well, that's why I'm saying it should be former pros on the show or former stars because they're already
understand
familiar
it, yeah.
with TV, so it's got to be
And
a
they
little
know.
bit more TV.
You see right when they watch the show, Carrie Ann and Bruno, they're writing their notes. They're like, oh, I've got this. It's almost kind of like you're a comedian and you have like your two lines to
Do
really.
you think Bruno prepares whatever he's saying?
Crazier than Sarah Palin! You keep some time losing it, you go a little bit all over the place. You look like you were chased by a swarm of wasps. You were using it like she was a lazoo. Bashing and pumping and bashing and bring it in, bring it down. What's happening here? Who am I? Where am I going? Who am I reaching at?
I think he prepares, but I do like them on the show. I think they make a big part of our show because
Yes.
as much as people disagree or agree with them, it keeps it entertaining. If it was all a goody-goody show, it would be boring.
And they do double duty because they're also on Across the Seas.
Not
They're-
this season,
I
but the
mean,
last season, like
yeah.
the fall season, they're always a back and forth.
That's nuts. And then I like this one too. Is there a piece of music that you would like to have the opportunity to dance to on the show?
I've danced to every piece of music that I ever wanted to dance to because I've had my childhood idol was Carlos Santana, and I've danced to his music all those years. And he came to our show, and I got to dance a cha-cha to Oye Como Va. So for me, I've already reached my pinnacle.
You're like, that was pretty badass.
Yeah, and I danced to, think about it, there's Celine Dion and, Rascal Flatts and,
Michael
Def
Jackson.
Leppard, Michael Jackson. I mean,
Maybe we
we've
need
danced
to dance to a Mark Ballas original with Derek Huff.
That was done.
That was done,
That was
actually.
done.
Everything
It was
was
done.
It was Passadoli, I think.
I
Mark
think
was
so.
playing,
Mark
and
was playing,
Derek
yeah.
and Chelsea
They're very
danced.
talented kids. That's the one thing that I love about our show is that everybody's got something else that they bring to the table. I have golf. I love golf. I think I'm pretty good at
He
it.
has some amazing golf outfits.
Yes.
Pink and green and purple, all kinds of colors.
All right, we need to see some of these outfits. You need to put up
Oh
some
my God,
Twit
we gotta
pics.
pull them up on the internet.
I love it. All right, so speaking of Twitter, we have a question in from @Solarios12.
All
Who
right.
would be your ideal celebrity to dance with, and who has been your fave so far?
Favorite so far, I would honestly say that my first season was very special. So Stacy Keibler, because
Yeah.
it was like my first season. I was
Final three.
Well, not actually. The result didn't have too much to do with it. It was the fact that she was so amazing to work with. For me, it was like the fact that we became really good friends, and she's just one of the most wonderful, beautiful people
She's
in
so
general.
sweet.
We would practice 8 hours a day.
Do you guys still keep in touch?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
every day.
I love that. And then this is from Lana, Texas girl. Your most embarrassing moment on Dancing with the Stars that the cameras didn't catch?
Wow.
Cricket.
Actually, I had tears in my eyes when Marissa got voted off. I was pretty embarrassed about that because I was crying like a baby because we had such a special season with Marissa Jerwinoker. We made it all the way to the semifinal, and one episode. That's all we needed to make it through to get to the finals. And we were so the unlikely couple to make it there, and we worked so hard, and we were so emotionally vested
She was
in
really
that.
funny.
Yeah.
She's funny.
So I wanted that for her. That when I didn't get her that, I felt so terrible that I just broke down in
Well,
tears.
let's have this pro ask this pro a question. Elena, what would you like to ask Tony?
Do you miss me?
I miss dancing with you. Actually, I miss every part of you. Every part of you. You're so. My entire existence in dance career is solidified by you.
Oh,
So-
thank you. I really do miss dancing shows. Definitely miss it a lot.
I miss competing. The other day, I was watching us compete at Ohio, and honestly, like that was my entire life. I've danced and had lessons and all that, and the only time I actually felt like a dancer is when I danced with you.
Oh, you guys, I'm like getting verklempt.
I know.
Yeah, no,
I
she's-
know.
So before we take up, when you guys were competing, how many hours a day would you spend together rehearsing?
Oh, he definitely spent a lot of time driving to rehearsal.
Yeah.
He drove all the way from Stratford, Connecticut to practice with me in New Jersey.
Jersey, yeah. Every day.
So, good 4 hours in the car every day, and probably
2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours, but
Every
like
day.
a hardcore practice.
We never canceled practice. That was the other thing.
And that's
Yeah.
why
And we never
you
fought.
won so much.
We never
we
fought.
never fought,
ever.
so we didn't ever waste the time on
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah, well-
One time he told me, I'm not gonna dance with you when you're angry, go walk it off or something.
Yeah, she got upset about something. I was like, go walk it off.
I was all angry, walking around, and then in 5 seconds I literally started laughing and I came back, and that was the only time where wasted 5 minutes of not practicing.
Well, maybe you guys will have to do a little reunion dance for us.
Maybe, yes, next time.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for Ask the
My
Pro.
pleasure.
And guys, be sure to tweet us all of your questions at Dance Junkies TV, at Stuart Brazel, at Elena Granenko, and we'll see you later.